to
Uh-huh.
speak English because
Yeah.
I can't speak well, and sometimes I feel shy to speak.
hmm And you, well, of course, this kind of class will build your confidence, but also, and this is something that people don't realize, is they will be able to begin to understand other accents because there'll be so many people from so many different classes, and that's really neat. You know,
Yeah,
not classes, but so many different countries, and
uh,
so different language groups and things like that. So
I understand more than I speak.
that's normal. In English, the first thing you learn is reading. Okay, and the second thing you learn is listening. So reading and listening, that's the first thing, and that's called the receptive skills. And then you have the second part, which is speaking and writing. And the speaking part is the challenge for a lot of people. And then some people don't even get to writing because they don't need it. So, but
Uh,
speaking, so you have the receptive skills and then the productive skills. So,
yeah,
so
I'm a,
and
I'm quite good at reading because I worked before as a translator,
uh-huh,
but for the writing and speaking, I'm not so well in that.
uh-huh,
That's why I want to improve my skills because I want to study and my studying needs more practicing for speaking because the classes is full of discussion and
mhm,
also it need too much writing.
uh-huh. Awesome. That's great. That's really good. Yeah, I think that everybody else went to the other class, so
Yeah.
you might end up with a private class today, but that's totally fine. So anyway, what we're going to do is, do you know? First of all, just since you're new on Verbling, do you know that you can check before you when you sign up for a class, you can a lot of times check right here for the class material and download the material ahead of time.
No.
This is something I
Okay.
didn't know when I started. I learned it, but this is one thing you can do, and then you can download it. I put my material onto Google Drive, and I think other teachers, every teacher is a little bit different, as you will notice. But that's what I do with mine, and then you can quickly download it. You can print it or download right here. So. Um, so that's something you can do because at least I go over a lot of worksheets with a lot of my students. Wait, I was just showing you, but I was showing you, but I realized that I'm not sharing it. Okay, I go with a lot of worksheets with my students, and you can press right here, this class material, right here,
Yeah.
and get the
Okay.
worksheet. Okay. Um,
I can't download it. I can save it or.
yeah, you can press here, and you can do this for most of my classes. You can do this, and I think you can with the teachers that provide it. See, you can just press download right here, and you can download it, or if you want to print it, you can press right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I
Thank
just
you.
yeah. So that's just for your information since you're new on on Verbling. That's one thing. Some of the teachers will put the link for the material in the chat, and they will stay on camera and have the students looking at it. And I don't stay on camera because most of my students don't stay on camera, so I just show the material, um, and it helps in listening as well. So all right, so let's look at the stress time bomb. So the stress time bomb part 2. Let's match the following words and phrases with the correct definitions. So
Okay.
I will read this just for what do you call it? Uh, pronunciation, and then I'll have you
Okay.
read this side, okay? We
Okay.
have a sympathetic, a performance review, crucial, a grievance, and bullying. Okay. All right. Can
Okay.
you read a letter A and let's see if we can.
A complaint about a situation.
Okay. And what would that be?
Um, some a person who not satisfied about some situation or
Mm-hmm. And so what would be? Would that be a sympathetic, a performance review, crucial, a grievance, or bullying?
what is the meaning of crucial?
Crucial is very, very important. It's even more important than the word we had last time. If something is crucial, um, uh, for example, if you are working as an airline pilot, it
Yeah.
is crucial for you to be able to speak English.
Ah, okay.
Okay, because otherwise you can't understand
Ah, okay.
the
And
yeah.
the grievance.
A grievances would be a complaint about a situation. So if you have
Okay.
okay, so if you have a complaint, you can give a grievance. That is one way to do that.
Ah, okay.
So if you want to complain, usually a grievance is a formal complaint is usually what it is. Um, so all right, so that would be theirs. Bear with me a moment. Okay. And extremely important. So what would that be?
Crucial.
Crucial, yes. Okay, and letter C. Can you read that one?
Showing that you understand what another person is feeling. For example, a sympathetic manager.
Yes, a sympathetic manager. Very good. Um, oops. Question. I do want to go over one of your pronunciation things right here. This word right here. Could you say that again? And remember what I said about the aspirated P.
Person.
Person. Person. Okay. Person. Yeah, because you said person. It's kind of interesting because that's more of an Indian accent. So the Indians don't always aspirate their P's. It's one of the differences between them and other people who speak English. So, okay, let's read letter D.
Using aggressive behavior toward people who are weaker or who have less authority. Uh, 5. Bullying.
Yes. Okay, and then a letter E.
When a manager evaluates an employee's work by comparing it with previous standards.
That, of
Number
course, would
2.
be, yeah, a performance review. A performance review also is called, do you know of any other words that would be called in English?
Performance.
Yeah, performance review. Do you know of any other words?
Act.
Acts? No?
Uh, Performance review.
Annual
Annual report.
annual review. An annual review and performance review, annual review. Not annual report. That's a different meaning altogether. But those I can't. There's another word, but I can't think of what it would be. Employee. Oh, anyway, those are the two words I can remember right now. So, okay. Have you ever had a performance review?
Uh,
When you were a translator, did you have to go through a performance review?
yeah, not annual. It's a monthly review.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What type of things did you translate?
What?
Did you translate business things or articles?
Most of them articles and opinion articles and political things.
Okay, all right. And you translate it from English to Arabic, or
Yeah,
from Arabic to
yeah,
English? English to Arabic.
both. But
Both. Okay.
most from English to Arabic.
Yeah, somebody was telling me when I lived in Finland that the better translators are the ones that translate. It's better to translate into your own language, um,
Yeah, yeah.
and
It's
and
easy.
then yeah, and then you let the other
It's easy
non-native
then.
speakers
Yeah.
do it the other way. Yeah, yeah. I lived in Finland for 11 years, so
Where? Where?
Finland.
Finland.
Yeah, so I lived in I've lived in South Korea and Finland, and now I'm living in the USA. So,
USA. What part of USA? I'm now at USA.
are you? I'm in Idaho. Where are you in the USA?
Texas.
Texas. Oh, awesome. I have a
Yeah.
nephew in Texas. Is it true that if it is it true that it's bigger and better in Texas? Have you heard that joke that everything is bigger and better in Texas?
Bigger and better.
Bigger and better. Yeah,
Um,
you haven't heard that? This is a joke
no.
that everything is bigger and better in
Mm.
Texas. You haven't heard that one yet?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, how long have you been there?
In Texas, 8 months.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But I have been before in California
Uh-huh. Okay.
and for 2 years.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Um, yeah, so you have been in actually the warmer climates. So is it warm right now in Texas or is it cold?
No, it's cold.
Okay.
It's three,
It's what degrees?
three.
3 degrees? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's here in Idaho during the day it's getting up to about 15 degrees and we've had our doors open and stuff like that. But during the night it's doing that too. It's down to about 1 or 2 degrees. So
Uh,
all right. Okay. So, have you ever had a sympathetic manager?
Sympathetic manager.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, who feels about who feels positively about his employee.
Yeah. They understand what another person is feeling.
Okay.
Yeah. So they can say, for example, if you called in and said I have a problem, and the sympathetic manager would say, "Oh, I understand. That's okay. Take care of yourself."
So he reacts well. Uh,
It reacts very sympathetically and so forth.
okay.
Yeah. Like when I was living in Finland, my dad passed away, and and that was in the middle of the night in Finland, and I called them in the States, or I called my company, and not only were they sympathetic, but they actually flew me home, and they helped me pack, and they made sure I had leave from work and everything. It was like amazing. So
Uh,
very, very, very amazing. Okay, crucial. That's a new word for you. So,
yeah.
okay, if I were to move to Saudi Arabia, maybe to teach English or to do something in Saudi Arabia, what is something that is crucial for me to understand about your culture?
Crucial. Uh, uh,
Basically, if I don't
no,
understand it, it's so
the
important that if I don't understand it, I could have problems.
um, for education or for teaching,
Yeah, or living,
uh,
maybe living in Saudi Arabia.
the the traditional
And the
the
tradition?
tradition.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and uh, uh,
So it's crucial for me to understand the traditions in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. And that would help me if I didn't understand the traditions, I could potentially make a mistake and have a problem, right?
Not so.
Okay.
Not so, but you should understand the traditional. It's better for you.
Mhm. Okay. Question for you. Now that you live in the U.S., do you
Yeah,
drive? Have you had the opportunity to get your driver's license?
yeah. I drive now.
You drive now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple that they are living in Australia, and that was her plan. And they're from Saudi Arabia as well. And her plan was to get her driver's license, right? And she said that they live in such a city that they have no need for a car, so she has not got her license. But that was
No,
her
I
plan.
think it's important for me. When I live here, it's important for me to have a car
Oh
because
yeah,
I
absolutely.
live with my husband, but my husband sometimes he is busy. He is a student here
Uh-huh.
and he
Uh-huh.
is studying by a PhD and he always busy and
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
that's why it's important for me
I,
to get
I
a car.
agree with you. I think it's more of a safety thing than anything
Yeah,
for
yeah,
yeah, because when I lived abroad, I never had a car, but since I've come back to the States, I have a car as well for the same reason. It's
yeah.
just it's,
Because here it's not, there is no private driver for me that can drive for me
uh-huh,
like my country. In my country, we used to have a private driver who
uh-huh,
uh, who who can
hmm.
drive us. And because in my country there is no woman can drive there.
Yeah, I knew that. But
Yeah.
everybody has a private driver. I remember when I was in college or university, one of my best friends at the time was from India. And
Mm.
I remember him telling me that one of the things that he misses about India was the fact that he had a driver, a maid, and a servant, and
Yeah.
all these
The
different.
other thing, the maid. In my
Uh,
country, we used to have a private maid and private driver. Here, there is no maid stay with you, and it's kind sometimes even when you are busy, it's hard for me. The, no babysitter for your kids and for
uh-huh. Yeah. I remember I visited him and his wife about uh, 8 years ago, and they were living in Dubai, and they didn't have a driver yet. I'm sure they do now because they're back in India, but they had a maid, and it made it so easy for them because they had two small children, and she took care of them all the time, and
uh,
so of course you know that lifestyle. So I was amazed. I thought that was so neat. So how many children do you have, Nada?
one, only
One.
one.
I just okay. And that's the beautiful girl on the picture.
Yeah, but she is now older than this
Okay.
picture.
Uh huh.
She is now 6 years old.
Uh huh. And how is her English?
She is better than me.
Uh huh. Okay. And does she also speak Arabic as well as her English?
Um, yeah, she speak Arabic, but when we be here, she can't sometimes for a mistake about her words or Arabic words
Mm-hmm.
because she sometimes she forgets the Arabic words. She
Mm-hmm.
mix the two language.
Okay, so she mixes the two languages sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I've heard that with kids and stuff like that. So, yeah. But when you guys go back to Saudi Arabia, she'll have every advantage because she'll have both languages. So,
Yeah.
I I had a friend who her son he was about 4 when they came to the States for the same thing for university, and her husband was getting his PhD or something, and she was getting her master's and PhD, and they stayed in the States for about 5 or 6 years, and her son went back to Korea, did really well in Korea, went on to university, is doing did really well at university, and he's bilingual in both languages. So it's really neat.
Mm.
But anyway, we're gonna do a reading on stress, and um,
Okay.
so and I'm being a little bit more personable because it's just you. So um,
No, it's okay for me. I prefer that.
good. Okay, so what do you think can reduce stress in the workplace? And so in pairs, that's you and I. Let's discuss the
Okay.
suggestions below. Let's choose
Okay.
3 measures which you think are the most effective. So give more support to employees. How about I read one, you read one, and we'll go through it, and then we'll choose the 3 we think is most important. Can you
Okay.
read this next one?
Give employees more control over their work.
Okay. Punish people who bully. Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes.
Um, Create clear procedure for people who have grievance.
Grievances. Grievances. So remember with you have the ES, it's as.
Grievances.
Okay. Play relaxing music in the office. Okay, next
Give
one.
employees free membership to the local gym.
Okay. Give staff more training in their work.
Give employees written job descriptions.
Inform employees of business changes as early as possible.
Provide yoga classes.
Okay, so which ones do you think you think personally would be the most effective for employees in order to reduce stress?
Uh, Give staff more training in their work.
Okay,
Uh, Give more support to employees.
okay, and what else?
Mm, uh, I can't see the
Oh, sorry.
give. Mm, Inform employees of business changes as early as possible.
Yeah, okay. And then, in my opinion, I'm very close to you. Mine is make sure that the employees have written job descriptions so that they understand their expectations.
Yeah.
And then I also agree totally with this inform employees of changes because that's the problem I think that can cause a lot of stress for people. And then for me,
Yeah.
uh, give employees more control over their work. I think I stayed in Finland for 11 years, and the reason I did was because of this word right here. You know what this means?
Uh, no, I will look to the translation.
Okay. Um, basically control is what it means.
Uh, Independent or?
Control and independence, yes. Control and independence. So in my job in Finland, the reason I loved it so much was because of the way the Finnish management style was. That if you did your job and if you did it well, they left you alone. So I really liked it.
Oh,
Where it's not necessarily like that in every country. So I like jobs where I have control, some kind of control. So, um, but so talk to me. Why do you think it is important for employers to inform employees of business changes as early as possible?
um, to to um, to to for it's important for the preparation for employee,
Mm-hmm.
and they can have an idea about the changes before they really change of business,
Mm-hmm.
and uh,
Okay.
mm,
Yeah. So it will help them feel more comfortable. And it
yeah,
prepares them for the changes. I think is, I agree with
yeah,
you. I think that that's the big thing is it prepares them for changes. So,
uh,
um, and you said to give staff more training in their work. Talk to me. Why do you think that's important?
the training it's important because some employee they are good at in some skills, and some of them they are not good in the same skills. They are how can I explain?
Hmm.
um,
So it's important to evaluate them and to see what skills they still need training on.
yeah,
Because there are, I think what you're trying to say is
just
there are strengths and weaknesses, right? They all have strengths and they have weaknesses, so they need training on the weaknesses.
yeah.
Okay, all right, all right, and okay, and of this on this list, Nada, which one would not help your stress? Is there anything that would not
I
even affect you?
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat your question?
Yeah. When you look at this list,
Yeah,
which one of these would not help your stress?
would not help you.
Yeah, because these are things that are supposed to help or supposed to reduce stress in the workplace, right? Supposed to
Yeah.
cause the stress to go down. So, is there anything on this list that would not reduce your stress?
Uh, Punish people who bully,
That would that's one for me too. It would not reduce my stress at all.
and provide yoga classes.
It's funny. Those are the exact two I chose as well. The yoga classes would stress me out.
And for the music, some it's good for to reduce the stress, but it's not really important to
Hmm.
reduce the.
Well, I think that
We can
count.
we can listen to the music, but not in the office because it's the workplace, not.
Hmm. Plus, everybody has a different taste in music.
Yeah,
So what you like, I might not like, and what I
yeah,
like, you might not like. So that also I think can increase stress as well.
sure.
So. All right. Well, now we're going to read an article on the next page, and let's look at this. Let's decide which of these suggestions here are mentioned in the article.
Okay.
So, the stress time bomb. It is important to understand why staff are feeling stressed, and then identify actions which might reduce the stress. ACAS, an organization that deals with disagreements in the workplace, suggests that stress has 6 main causes. Excuse me. And that each cause requires a different response. So, how about you read the odd numbers and I read
Okay.
the evens? Do you know what I mean by that?
Uh, you mean demands?
Well, you read odd. Odd as in 1, 3, 5, and I'll read even.
Ah,
So,
okay.
odd
Dema
numbers and even numbers.
demands,
Hmm?
control, support, relationships, role, change.
No, no. I mean you read the paragraph.
Ah,
So
okay.
I'll read number. You read number 1, 3, 5, and I will read 2,
Okay.
4, and there's a 6. And that's odd is 1, 3, 5. Even numbers are 2, 4, 6.
Okay.
So that's just a teaching moment there. Okay. So if you
Okay.
could read this paragraph right here, demands.
Demands employees who feel they have too much work to cope with are much more likely to become stressed. Employers will need to make sure that their staff understand what they need to do and also that they know how to do it. An investment in training could be required, for
Okay.
example.
Okay, so you chose actually one of them in the article. So an investment in training, give the staff more training right here. Okay. Are there any words here that you do not know? Your pronunciation was very good.
Uh, thank you. Um, cope, same pace
See,
or
two more.
overcome.
Overcome, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Cope would be overcome. Um, or to deal. Maybe another one would be deal with. To deal with. Um, but the outcome is that you have overcome. Okay. Control. Employees who feel that they have no control over how and when they do their work are more likely to become stressed, says ACAS. Employers need to work harder to involve employees in how they carry out key tasks and to consult staff before making decisions.
Okay.
Okay.
Support employees who don't feel able to discuss problems with managers become stressed much quicker. Giving employees the opportunity is crucial, but managers must be supportive and sympathetic.
Perfect. Okay. Relationships. Building good relationships with staff is an important part of running a business that has employees. Excuse me. There should be clear procedures concerning performance and grievances, and bullying should be punished. Okay, number
Role
5.
role employees who don't understand what is expected of them are certain to become stressed. Employers should deal with this when staff are new, but all staff should have written job description. Performance review are an opportunity to develop such description and to set objectives.
Okay, excellent. Change. Business change is a major cause of employee stress. Employers should plan ahead. If staff get plenty of notice of future changes, they are unlikely to become stressed. Okay, are there any words in here that you do not know that we have read?
Uh, no.
No? Okay, to cope with was the only one. Okay, so which ones, so we have this training. Do you remember which other ones were in there on this list? I
Uh,
will if you remember. If you don't, I remember.
uh, Yoga classes?
Okay, was yoga classes in there?
It's not
No,
there.
no, it wasn't there.
You said things that is there or not there.
The things that are there that are
Ah,
in the article.
okay. Punish people who play.
Yes, that was there.
Uh, um, uh, Job description
That was there.
and training
Mhm.
and control
That was there.
and
And also the top one, give more support,
yeah.
and this one. So we are really good.
Hmm.
And then this one, create clear procedures for people who have grievances. So these are the two that we did not
Choose.
identify. In fact, when both of us didn't really care about this one at all, because that means you and I are not bullied at work. So, did you ever get bullied when you were in school or anything, or is that more of a boy thing?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I did get bullied when I was in school, but I had older brothers, and so it only happened my first year of school, and after that, I was never bullied because my brothers didn't allow it. so, so okay. Question for you: in Saudi Arabia, are the schools for the young kids co-ed with both boys and girls, or are they separated from the time they're small?
Um, uh, some schools
Mm-hmm.
there are young from grade 1 to grade uh, 3.
Uh-huh.
They are mixed between boy and girl, not separate. Some school.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. And some schools they are not. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So is your business or profession stressful? Do you implement any of the measures suggested in the article? So you right now, are you a stay-at-home mom right now?
What?
What do you do? Are you a stay-at-home mom, or do you do something else?
I don't understand you.
What is your job?
Uh, Before I used to work as a translator
Mm-hmm.
in government, and but now I resign because
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to study and
Okay.
complete my studying.
Okay, so so I what I was asking you, because you have a small child, was asking you if you are and this is very common here in the States, and since you're here in the States, I thought maybe you were a SAM, which is a stay at home mom.
Ah, this is the first time I see this word.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, stay at home mom.
Yeah.
Uh, Now, no, I'm studying.
You're a student as well. What
Yeah.
can I ask what topic you are studying?
Um, I complete my studying master degree.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it's liberal arts.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Yeah. Right, because I know some people at the University of Austin. So if you were there, I was like, oh, I wonder if you know the same
Austin?
people. Yeah.
No, I'm I live now in Dallas.
Okay, so I don't know anybody in Dallas. So
Yeah.
so okay, so is it as a student, is it since right now you are a student, is that stressful for you?
Uh, yeah, yeah, it's kind of stressful for me uh, because I be away from school a long time and I didn't uh, practice English language before I enroll in the university.
Hmm.
And it's kind of difficult for me and I take 9 hours and which is full of discussion and reading and
Hmm.
writing
Wow.
and it's kind of scary for me.
Yeah. All right. So instead of saying I be away, which is actually it's that is the African American way to speak, you would say I have been away.
Ah, okay. I
So I
have
be
been away.
away. That's another group in, but you do hear that in the States. So, but I have been away from school. Um,
Ah, okay.
but it's only one ethnic group in the U.S. that speaks that way. So, so I've been away, and I've heard you say that a couple times. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that you try not to say I be.
Yeah, thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
Any mistake that tell me to
Yeah.
correct it. No problem for me.
Yeah. I
I
will.
came here to learn, not
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And and I try to correct as much as possible. And
Ah, okay, thank you.
sometimes it happens so quick. It's just I was like, oh, I put it in my head. I need to say that. But sometimes if it's a slip of the tongue or if it's just a one mistake, it's not it's not necessary to correct because if it's you really need to correct it if we know it's if it's a common mistake. But if it's going to happen one time and you knew that, it's like because people, even I make mistakes in grammar,
Ah,
right?
okay.
So you have to be careful about how often you correct. So anyway, let's what we're going to do now is we're going to look at expressing probability. Do you know what probability is?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna practice that, and so let's quickly look at this lesson right here. Be likely to plus the infinitive. Can you read this sentence right here?
Um, employ Employees who feel they have too much work to cope with are much more likely to become stressed.
Okay, perfect. Okay, then we have be certain to plus the infinitive. Can you read that one?
Employees who don't understand what is expected of them are certain to become stressed.
Okay, and then be unlikely to plus the infinitive.
If staff get plenty of notice of future change, they are unlikely to become stressed.
Okay, they get notice of future what?
Uh,
Could you say that word again?
what?
Future, future what? Could you say that word again?
Future?
Yeah, could you repeat that sentence again? And the word after future, let's see if you can pronounce it right.
Future changes.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now so we have be likely to, so are much more likely to become. We have be certain to, are certain to become, and are unlikely to become. Okay, now study the sentences below. We have be bound to and be certain not to. So can you read the sentence?
Employees who are not stressed are bound to perform better.
Perfect. And then so this one right here, we would say better,
Better.
better, because what I heard was bitter,
Better.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, be certain not to plus the infinitive. Can you read that sentence?
Managers are certain not to develop a good relationship with the staff if they are unsupportive.
Unsupportive. So could you say this last word again?
unsupportive.
Okay, and remember the P's, most of the time the P's are aspirated.
Okay,
Okay,
unsupportive.
unsupportive, yeah. Okay, so which of the above expressions indicate that something is certain? Okay, for the certain, it's be certain to plus the infinitive. What of these phrases up here, be likely, be certain to, be unlikely to, be bound to, or be certain not to, what would be very probable?
Very probable. P-
What do you think?
uh, I don't understand.
Okay, so
Uh,
let me go through this. So, as far as the meaning for if something is bound to plus the infinitive, it means it's very probable. It's like a 98% chance that something will happen. If you're so employees who are not stressed are bound to perform better, right? So
okay.
be bound to. Now, if something is probable, that's just like a 50% chance of something happening. Okay, so we have um, and that one is be likely to. So employees who feel they have too much to cope with are much more likely to become stressed. So that is probable, maybe a 50% chance. Okay, so not very probable, that is be unlikely to. So if something is probably not going to happen, so we have, if we look at the be unlikely to, if staff get plenty of notice of future changes, they are unlikely to become stressed. Okay.
Okay.
Now the last one, very unlikely or impossible, that would be certain not to plus the infinitive, and that one is the last one. Managers are certain not to develop a good relationship with staff if they are unsupportive. Okay, so we have these these meanings where if you say if something is bound to happen, then there's a large likelihood that it will happen. For example, if you see a black cloud in the sky, you can say it is. I see a black cloud. It is bound to rain, right? So,
Uh,
but um, if the clouds are white, you could say it's likely to rain, because you don't know.
okay.
If it's black, you know it's going to rain. Okay, let's see if we can, let's complete the following sentence with a suitable expression from the previous exercise, okay?
Okay.
So the first one, number one.
Don't leave your smartphone on the bar. You uh, be likely to lose it.
Okay, so instead of be,
You
what would
are.
it be? Yes, you are likely to lose it. You are likely, okay? Next one.
Newspapers become free in the future because of competition from the internet. Uh, 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 newspaper are certain.
Are certain to? Yeah, become free in the future, okay. All right. The other ones that will work are likely and are bound to, because it really depends on the situation with this one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, next one, number three.
The company get the loan because of its poor financial situation. The company is bound to get the loan because of its poor financial situation.
Okay, actually, it's the other way around. Because it's a poor financial situation, it's unlikely to get a loan because it has a
Uh,
poor financial situation and the bank doesn't want to risk it, so it's unlikely.
okay.
Okay, and number four, what do you think that one?
He uh, he is he is likely do well in his exam because of his hard work.
Yes, so he is likely to do well in his exam. Yes. Likely to do well in his exams because of his hard work. Perfect. Number 5.
You become stressed if you carry on working 12 hours a day. You are certain
Mhm.
to become stressed if you carry on working 12 hours a day.
I totally agree. So I will stop working 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
So next one,
Mer-
number 6.
Mirko is very motivated and ambitious. He have a successful career. He is certain
Mhm.
to have a successful career.
Perfect. Okay, now let's look at one of the pronunciations of one of those words. He
Okay.
is ambitious.
Ambitious.
Yeah, so in this respect, the second I is not pronounced. So ambitious.
Okay.
Okay, number 7.
Uh, Katie has never been to Japan before. She um, uh, she is um, unlikely
Mm-hmm.
to understand the language.
Yeah, I would agree to that one.
Mm.
Is unlikely to understand the language. Perfect. Okay, number 8.
Investing in Google was a very good idea. We uh, we are uh, bound to lose money.
Or how about this? We are certain not to.
We are
We are certain
certain not
not to lose
to
money.
lose money.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Uh, Relocating the shop to a more central location is a good move. Business uh, um, business is likely to improve.
Likely to, and bound to would work as well on that one. Okay, the last one.
Changing the design of your website was a bad idea. You uh, you are likely to make more money. You are unlikely.
Unlikely. Unlikely to make more money. So you were unlikely to, because changing the website was a bad idea. So you probably won't make any more money. So so anyway, okay. Let me. I'm gonna. It looks like we are out of time for this class. I want to show you this little this little guy right here. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Her name is Bella, and I am currently house sitting at her house. And she was scared. I've been here for 3 days, 3 or 4 days. She was scared of me
Why?
the first day. And
Why?
her owner is traveling on business.
Ah, it's not yours.
No, it's not mine. And so I have a dog. And
Ah.
so, but she is a little brat. So she's been. I didn't know whether you had heard her meowing. So she was at the door. So I opened the door, and then she's been all over the place. So I thought maybe I'd show her. So so she just got her debut on a recording too. So Anyway, it's nice to meet you, Nada. I hope to
Nice
see
to
you in
meet you
other
too.
classes, and
Thank you.
I
Thank
hope
you
you
very
learn
much.
some new words.
Yeah,
Remember,
I learn. I benefited from this class. Thank you very
very
much.
very good. All right. Well, have a great night. Sleep well,
What is
and
your
unless you're
next
staying here.
classes
My next
tomorrow?
class. My next class is tomorrow. Your time would be tomorrow at 4. Uh,
For
yeah, which is my time 3,
about
and then
what?
4 I don't even know. It's a reading exercise about a Polish railway worker that went into to a coma and woke up woke up 20 years, 10 years later, or 20 years later,
Uh,
and how the world has changed. And then tomorrow evening, I'm thinking at your 11 and 12, but I'm not sure. Or your 9 and 10, something like that. But just check. But
yeah, I will check. Thank you.
excellent. All right, thank you. See you later,
Thank you.
and have a
See
great
you.
sleep well.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.